light that flame, put on that oven, put that apron on, and let's get cooking. Welcome once again back to FriarChef, and I do have an announcement. Father Frank's sister, who we mentioned at our last broadcast, was in the hospital, and she's doing much better.
Great.
So keep praying, thank you. And of course, we still have our other chef, Brother Paul. Oh, Brother Paul. Remember Brother Paul?
Nice to be back.
He made those lentils. Well, wait till you see what he's going to make for you today.
Pasta.
Oh,
pasta.
It's like that
Pasta.
joke that Father, what's your name?
David.
David, I forget all the time.
He's old.
What he said, you know, remember, forget it. Okay, let's go, kid.
All right. So today we're making a simple pasta dish that you can throw together while the water is boiling for your pasta. So first things first, a little bit of olive oil in your pan. Okay, again, I like to just cover the bottom of the pan. And then
I had to stir the pasta.
Oh, sorry. So we have our fresh cut tomatoes. So for this pasta dish, I like to use fresh tomatoes. If you prefer canned, you can use canned. It's really up to you. You don't want to use a tomato sauce as much as canned tomatoes that are maybe whole or even in chunks. So I'm dicing them up, as you can see, with the liquid, with the seeds, not taking off the skins. Again, if you have a problem with fresh tomatoes or you don't like the skins, you can use canned. This is just a very simple dish that you throw together as your pasta is cooking, the water is boiling. It is so simple. Get those, again, chopped small because they're going to cook down. So if you leave them too big, it's going to take you longer to cook them, and really the cooking time on this sauce is 10 minutes. It's very simple. Well, this is really a recipe that my mother made. I think it was from her heritage, from her parents who came from Italy. So this calls for Brie cheese. You can use any creamy cheese that you like. You don't have to use Brie cheese. Sometimes if we didn't have Brie, we would use a little ricotta cheese. It's going to give you a little bit different consistency, but again, you want something that's creamy that will melt into a sauce with tomatoes. Into the pot it goes.
Whoa, yeah.
So then your garlic goes in.
Oh, look at that.
This calls for a couple of cloves. This is minced, so I'm putting it in a little bit later so it doesn't burn. So in it goes.
That looks nice.
Always looks nice, right? So.
I'm going to stir the pasta.
Oh,
Good. So you want this to cook down so that the tomatoes start to kind of come together. I'm just adding some salt and pepper. If you like hot pepper, you can add that. Really, this is a versatile dish that you can make your own in any way. As we talked about before, we have cubed Brie cheese. You want to remove the rind from the cheese because you can eat that part, but it won't go in this recipe. And so you take the rind off, cut it into cubes, and this will be the last step for the sauce before you toss the pasta. So we're cooking this down for about 10 minutes. Right now it's olive oil, salt, pepper, tomatoes, and garlic. Simple as can be.
I'm still stirring the pasta.
good.
Okay,
How's
good.
it coming? Is it almost to your liking?
All right.
We're going to have it hard then, Maron.
It's called al dente.
Yeah, al dente. I call it hard.
Let me tell you about a few things that are going on. First of all, if you are part of St. Anthony's Guild, this is the 100th anniversary of St. Anthony's Guild, and we are looking to raise $500,000 in honor of this 100th anniversary and of all the good that St. Anthony does for the poor, for our elderly friars, and for our younger friars, which there are none here. But anyway, please look in the mail for that or look on the website Anything you can do to help us reach this goal of $500,000 would be gratefully appreciated. I'm going to go back to stirring the pasta now.
Thank you, thank you. That's very true. The Guild helps so much of the poor people, and outreach that they do is wonderful. And the little thing now, 360, David, too, huh?
That's right. That's right.
And
Paul can tell you about that.
Paul is on 360. Tell them a little.
So 360 is a new initiative to help people who are unhoused get off the street. And so we're doing some exciting things there. We provide a space for people to come in and just get off the street out of the cold, and also, if they'd like to, find housing. So your contributions to that really make a difference, because we have many people on the street here in New York.
Paul, the pasta is ready.
All right.
It is.
So how do you do this?
All right. So very simply, your sauce is done after about 10 minutes. The tomatoes are still kind of formed, but you can cook it down as much as you like. Then you want to shut off your heat and take your Brie cheese and just dump it in to your tomatoes. Now, we're not cooking the cheese because then it'll melt and it'll be all the inside of the pan, but I like to just dump it in and break it up so that it melts. Once it's half melted, the hot pasta is going to do the rest of the work. All right, bring the pasta.
Bringing the pasta.
Take the
I
thing.
can only do one thing at a time.
I know.
Can you move a little?
You gotta get the thing over there.
The spider.
Good.
This is called the spider.
Oh,
All right.
Real chefs know
listen,
that.
I don't really. Isn't that something?
All right, so draining our pasta with the spider and into the sauce.
Oh, you want me to stir it?
Yes, please. Keep that moving.
Keep stirring. That melts the cheese right away.
There you go.
Look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, God.
All right. That's it. Your last ingredient is fresh basil. Your recipe calls for about 5 leaves of basil. I like a lot of basil. I think Father Michael does, and Father David as well. So I've got here,
Let me just get this pot out of your way.
thank you, about 1/2 cup of basil. You can put in as much or as little as you want. You can use dried basil if you have that. If you can't get fresh, that's the versatility of this recipe. You can put whatever you like. So in goes the basil.
Oh, wow.
And can you stir that, please?
Fresh is
I think
better.
all I've been doing this time is stirring and subscribing, stirring and subscribing.
Well, if you've ever seen Father David's cooking, stirring is probably the best thing he can do.
Oh, here's to you as good as you are.
I can't believe you. You have turned against me like the other ones.
No.
Wow.
I've seen it.
No,
I've
no.
seen it.
No.
No,
Do what you
no,
do best.
no.
Keep
Don't try.
Keep stirring. You want
No, I'm not stirring anymore. I've had it.
I'll come right over.
All right. Well,
Oh,
it's
who
gonna
wants you over
stick.
here?
All right, and we're ready to plate. There we go. That's it.
Oh, look at that cheese melted already. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
That looks beautiful.
Isn't it beautiful? Look at. Just a little, David. Grazie,
Prego.
because I had that.
Paul?
Let me serve you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How's the pasta? Done okay?
The pasta is perfect.
So there's one ingredient that I forgot: pine nuts.
Oh,
So you can put nuts in, you don't have to. Again, this is very versatile. We're using pine nuts today, which is what the original recipe calls for. Would you like some?
thank you.
You can use any kind of nut you want. Walnuts, almonds, all of those are acceptable, or you don't have to put any nuts at all if you have a nut allergy. So let's try it.
Use the pine nuts.
It came out pretty
Very good.
And your pasta is perfect.
Well, because you have to realize it's going to cook some more in the sauce too.
Exactly.
Isn't that delicious?
You know, when I taste this pasta, you know what I think of? You know what I think of, Michael?
What?
Paul?
Well,
Subscribe.
Please
Subscribe.
subscribe.
Please subscribe.
You know what I think of? Thank God my mother and father were Italian.
Yeah.
And we have pasta all the time.
All the time.
Huh?
God bless.
God bless and subscribe.
Subscribe. Take care. Bye
See
bye.
you.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Paul. Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Oh, this is delicious.